So here we are in Blue Skies, Normanton. Yeah, we arrived probably only an hour ago. We've got Jim. Jim's arrived in his car, and you can't really see that over there, but he's had some car trouble, so that's a prayer point because he needs to have his car fixed before he can get home. For those of you who may not be aware, we're here to build a carport at a domestic violence centre at Normanton. So that's what we're here, and there's a bunch of us here. Phoebe and Jezza over there. Give us a wave, guys. It's church. There they go. They're behaving themselves. Those of you who have been to Normanton before, you'll know the sister house to this. Woo! Hi, Em, Josh, Jim, Lynn in the fridge. That's a new kitchen in the sister house. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. I'll make some videos for the week, put them on the church site, and have a video for next week as well. But hope you're all well. I'll talk to you soon. We arrived in Normanton last Saturday night to bright shining stars and clear blue skies to build a carport at House of Hope, a domestic violence shelter run by the local church. Sunday after church, we got the plans out and we had a committee meeting to figure out the best way to move forward. And next, we set up our string lines and marked out where the holes would be dug the following morning. Jaden arrived with his bobcat and auger. That made life easy, so we watched as young Jezza cleaned out the holes for us old blokes. Thanks, Jezza. Next, we bolted the rafters to the post, ready to stand them up. While Jezza pulled apart a crate so we could use the timber to brace the posts. Then it was time to stand it up, and boy, we were not expecting it to be so hard. It was very flimsy and awkward to manoeuvre. But Jim had a brainwave. "Let's use my car," he said. "Don't worry, Bill, everything was OH&S approved by local wombats." But we were really concerned about how we were going to stand up the middle heavier section.
Whilst the boys were busy building, the rest of the team got to work at the Normanton Hope Op Shop. The building is a mishmash of wood and tin and was built in 1890 and used as a bakery. A local legend, Mrs. Loy, bought the building in 1950 and ran a general store for almost 40 years. Many locals have fond memories of Mrs. Loy's store. She donated the building to the AOG Church in 1991. Sales from the op shop provide funds for the safe house that we've been working on. The people who run the shop normally have been in Fiji for 3 months trying to get a visa to return to Australia, so the shop has mostly been closed. When we opened up on Monday, the store felt overwhelmingly chaotic, dusty and in need of some TLC. We got to work cleaning, sorting, stocking and organising. The doors were open, and as the word spread around town, we served many locals who were delighted to have the shop open again. Many customers lingered to chat and share their stories. One customer, Lily, was a real delight. She shared that her own daughter had been a victim of domestic violence for 23 years. She turned up the next day with a bag of freshly caught filleted barramundi for our team. That same day, the guy who we hired to dig the holes for the garage took Robbie and Di out to catch cherubim. We had a delicious seafood dinner that night.
It was time to lift the heavy section, and Jim had another great idea. "Let's get a crane in," he said. 20 minutes later, the crane arrived, and the whole thing was standing 25 minutes after that. He's a smart fella, that Jim. Then we used his car again to brace the frame while we put the remaining purlins and fascia beams up. Then we concreted the holes. Then finally we put the roof sheets on, the barge caps and the guttering. Job done. Thanks Reedy Creek Baps. This was possible because of your tithes and offerings. Whether you built it or not, you have all contributed to this project.